この配信はグラのスポンサーの提供でお送りします。
Hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to some more Age of Empires action. I am TheNando, and if you can't see me, that's fine. It's just because I'm optimizing things for Capture Age. I'm very excited to be back at guessing some Age of Empires. Let me know if everything's okay with the audio. My BGM is maybe a little bit too loud. But yes, hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far. Let me say hello to my lovely viewers on Twitch. Hello, Me-chan, Alexi Devil, hello, hello. Nice to see you again here. And Gimote, welcome, welcome. I've seen you in the Discord server of the Forlorn Cup. And yes, today we are here to cover the Forlorn Cup. This is an event hosted by Beargwyn, one of the most beloved names in the Age of Empires community. Beargwyn is quite a figure, but he's great. He's done quite a lot of cool stuff, like the treating of all the statistics for the community tournaments, working with I'm forgetting the name of who he worked alongside with for the replay packer. So many tools, and Beargwyn didn't do all of them, but he did play a big role in making his community better, and now he launched himself at making his own tournament, the Forlorn Cup, with a very interesting concept. This tournament seeks to make to highlight maps that we don't see a lot. These are base maps from the game. You don't have to download them. No need for map packs. No need for anything. All of these maps are in base Age of Empires. And Beargwyn is like, okay, why aren't these maps more played? I want to make a tournament highlighting these unknown maps. And I mean, I'm a huge fan of Beargwyn, and I've been telling him, oh, I'm going to cast your event, and now I'm finally here, and I'm very excited. Yes, you have Tommy. I see you there in chat. Thanks for casting. No, thank you for playing. I hope it's an exciting set. No spoilers, please. Thanks to the spoiler marks and everything, I have no idea who wins this set. And we have Tommy 9512 versus Plotter Ghost. Let's go over the draft. We had Mangrove Jungle and Dingoes getting banned. We are going to start on Eruption. Kind of a mountainous map with a bit of gold in the center. One of those maps where controlling the center of the map is vital in the long term, and players start quite far apart. So I'm not expecting a lot of aggression in this first game. Then we have Moats, City of Lakes, Volcanic Island, and Alpine Lakes. All really cool maps, and we are playing on the latest patch. That means that when we reach City of Lakes, we may see how the new Navy performs. I have played with the new Navy versus our base, and he crushed me, but it was quite interesting. In terms of civs, we have, of course, first a bunch of random admin bans. We won't see the Britons, Magyars, Goths, Portuguese, Georgians, Turks, Byzantines, Incas, Teutons, or Italians. Quite a lot of solid bans from the admin. Portuguese, Italians, Magyars, of course, one of the Turks for more distant and closed maps. Quite a lot of solid bans out of the admins. And the random civs were for Tommy had Ethiopians, Poles, and Bengalis. And Plotter Ghost had Japanese, humans, and Malians. The randoms, both bans and picks were quite solid. And then we have the entire arsenal of Tommy will be Ethiopians, Poles, Bengalis, Dravidians, Vikings, Malay, and Persians, which he stole. And on the other side we have Japanese, humans, Malians, Roman, Saracens, Armenians, Lithuanians. These players are both sitting at around 1500 elo. And looking at this draft, I just see solid picks. I think there's not a lot I can add because Saracens are always a great civ. Lithuanians are really solid, especially for some night play with the relic control. Vikings, of course, probably for City of Lakes, I would assume, but Bengali is also a great civ nowadays. Very threatening with their Ratha Rush. But let me just prepare everything over here in Capture Age, and I want to cast some matches. I really want to dive into the game and see what we have in store out of these two players. Like, just fill in their elos. Plotter Ghost is sitting at 1587 this afternoon when I got the elos, and Tommy 1526. So quite close, but Tommy is the underdog. But I mean, when the gap is this small, there's no underdogs, in my opinion. Tommy, Plotter Ghost, everything is set up. Let's hop onto the game. Everything should be clear. And hello everyone, welcome to Beargwyn's Forlorn Cup. This is the Champions bracket, the second highest bracket, and we have two players sitting at around 1500 elo, who are facing off against each other here in Eruption, in the north side of the map. Playing as the Poles, we have Tommy in the blue color, and towards the south side of the map, in the red color, we have Floater Ghost commanding the Lithuanians. And seeing a map that is quite open, you can see that the players are, I mean, it is open, but the players are so far apart that mobility becomes key. And seeing the Thieves, Poles and Lithuanians, I'm expecting Scouts and Knights. Scouts early on, then transition into Knight. I don't think we're going to deviate much from that formula. And then it's a matter of, okay, how many relics can the Lithuanians secure to buff their Knight? Can the Poles deny gold? Poles are more concerned about denying gold than conquering gold, because yeah, one of the advantages of Poles is that they have Shalashta privileges. I have no idea how to pronounce that, which makes your Knight line become almost trash. So this will be a battle of numbers for the Poles versus quality for the Lithuanians. Then yo, what? Yes, I'm casting Age of Empires. Oh, the music is too loud for me, it might be going dead. Okay, I can... Oh, thank you for the warnings. Okay, I can adjust things a little bit. Thank you. I am here to adjust things. Let me know if it's better now. It should be. The music, I don't want the music to be the main actor. The music should be just a little bit quiet in the backstage. I'm not paying a lot of attention to the early game because much better. Nice. Thank you for the valuable feedback. And hello, starting to be uneasy. I was here for the Celtic metal concert, sir. Sorry. Yeah. We see Tommy going for the gear push. This is something that doesn't surprise me at this elo. This is the type of elo where most players start getting all of the basics very solid. When I see basics, I mean low idle TC time, I mean pushing in the gear. They do everything a little bit correct. They know their strategies, they know their counter units. They just can't pull it off like the pros. And depending on the players, some of them crumble quite easily, some of them go quite strong under pressure. Usually players at this elo have mastered all of the basics, but if they are playing against someone stronger, they start crumbling. If they invest into attack, they will start adding idle TC time, and I think the journey from 1600, 1500 upwards is quite an intense one. You see, nowadays the TCs can kill the boars. You can see when I stopped playing and casting Age of Empires, because that change still surprises me. That times when I got a little bit further away from the game. We see quite a solid scouting, even pushing the Ibexes from further away. I'm surprised. And here, kind of like the mirror snare. Was this like a sheep that just went all the way across the map? Oh, it... No, I was like, did he lose the scout? No. Yeah, this seems like sheep vision. Not enough line of sight to be a scout. You see barracks. Of course, the Lithuanians can pull off some good opening timings. Ooh. Nice defense. Yeah, no loom. With the Grey Wolves here. Yeah, skip loom. That's quite a choice. With 21 villagers skipping loom? I'm surprised. Because 21 villagers is quite a slow age up. I mean, 19 villagers, sorry. Still not super fast. If you're Lithuanians, you can pull off 18 villagers or 17 villagers. So this is standard, not super fast, and I'm surprised we see Loom Skid. Was Loom Skid for malicious? No. Queued now. And we see stable on the way. Yeah, I'm not expecting militia rush, even though Lithuanians can pull up some militias, then have great crash units with their bonus movement speed. Just by map size alone, I think if any of them went for early aggression, they would be punished. And we see walling. Yeah, this is a map where you can afford to do these things. South was... Yeah, Scout is stable on this side as well. Both players are stabilizing with a stable. And I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Ooh, nice lumber camp placement. With two fronts, I mean, this villager not having the time of her life, or having the time of her life. I mean, you're holding logs, your arms are probably hurting so much in that position. Okay, back to work. Gathering some spearmen preemptively. You know you're up against scouts. Didn't see the stable, but you know. You just know. Probably saw the second scout. Oh, in terms of base layout, that's something important. Gold in the back, another gold in the back. Here, gold a little bit to the side. Okay, we see the scouts coming in. Let's pay attention to these early engagements. Let's see if damage can be dealt. Yeah, Ghost has a pretty good layout already. It's pretty well set up. Tommy a little bit slower, but also getting a good setup. I prefer Ghost's starting map because Tommy doesn't have any safe stone, and his poles want stone. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. What was that? I need to... The Matrix Boy. Thank you for the follow. Oh, we see some engagements here. That's the thing with Scout. You can take on fights if you find good engagement. The army is running past each other. Let's see if any of them can find damage. We see upgrades are standard. Double beat axe and horse collar. You always want horse collar when you are dealing with when you're doing scout opening. If you're doing archery range opening, you can skip it until later on. For scout opening, horse collar early is a good practice. So close to finishing the wall. Nice quick wall. Nice quick housing. And on the other side, no damage, so both of them are safe. And hello, Stephanie. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Hope this week started off well. Oh. Okay, yeah, you need to... That's the thing about playing scouts. No! You're going to... That's so much damage. It's so easy to lose your scouts. Scouts is a powerful opening if you have enough numbers. You can even snowball a scout opening to go full feudal age scout. You start getting quite a few numbers, you start getting upgrades, you even get wheelbarrows still in feudal, you drop second stable, you add so much scouts, you pick up good engagements and you can snowball a lead from there. But the bad side of scouts is that I feel like in Castle Age, archers, you stop looking at them, you lose them all to a mango or some skirms. In feudal age, scouts are the easiest unit to lose in the game. It's so easy to lose your clump of scouts. And hello, Vexel, hope you're doing fine. Go Mondays are now Go Fridays, and Mondays for a while at least will be Age of Empires. We see KD, Plotter Ghost is ahead. Tommy is ahead in Res Collector, that's the Folwark doing some work as well. Of course, the Folwark is a full unique building that has two bonuses. I think voice could be slightly louder. Okay, thank you for the feedback. Just making myself a little bit louder. Don't want to scare anyone, just a little tiny bit. I was shifting some things around and maybe some things got suffered in the progress. Let me know if things are better now. But yeah, the polls with the Folwark, twofold bonus. Number one bonus is that when you place farms, you already get a boost of food, so great farm economy. When you renew them, you keep getting more and more food. The second bonus is that your base looks nice, and that's a moral victory. It helps you a lot. Let me know. I just did a tiny bit. Let me know if I need to push it a little bit further, Vexel. And thank you for the feedback. We see already second stables. Both players will reach Castle Age roughly at the same time. So we had quite a mirror style of gameplay so far. And Castle Age is where the options start opening. Easy with the technical insight. Sorry, my screen flickers a tiny bit, I believe, when I tap out to adjust the audio and things like that. I do apologize, but it is all for me to provide you with the best. Nooncaster, hello, Beargwyn, thank you for the sub. Let's go. 5 months sub. Thank you for the sub. Procaster. Yeah, we see both of them reaching the village first, Castle Age at the same time. Correct the two. What an autocorrect. And now there's two decisions, or three. Castle Age is where the game opens up. You can think, okay, do I invest heavily into military? Do I boom? Do I boom with 3 TCs? When do I move to the center? But there's an extra element in this particular game, which is that the Lithuanians are in play. When the Lithuanians are in play, relic wars gain another level of significance. Lithuanians want to play ladies, want to play knight, and both ladies and knight gain +1 attack for each relic that the Lithuanians control. If Lithuanians have 0 relics, their cavalry are even worse than normal in late game due to lack of upgrades. But if the Lithuanians can start getting 3 relics, then especially 4 relics, I think it's the cap, they become so powerful. AOE2, yes, this is AOE2, the definitive edition, the most recent remake that was made in 2019, if I remember correctly. And hello, Mike's on my cities. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, and I like the scout, like stationing units near the relics. Tommy, spend through. That's a lot of floating wood. With the poles, yeah, spend the wood, make some folwarks, get your second PC down, more folwarks, more farms, and spam light cav. We can see that Lithuanians have a stronger army, monasteries in, and they need to start clearing those relics. I think this is the point of the game where a lot of players start having so many things to focus, and there's so much decision making that needs to happen on the fly. It's not like in Feudal Age where most of your decisions can be pre-planned. I think this is where cracks in the armor start appearing, but Plotter Ghost on the other side doing a great job. Press Alt S, that will swap side and prove properly red on the left, blue on the right side. Oh, I think I just have them on this side because of the... It's where they were in the draft, if I remember correctly. Wood only goes up. The freedom of doing farms outside palace. Yeah, still have some, and that's the problem. Okay. Yeah, you scatter your units around to the Nether relics, but then your opponent can just take these small engagements. One of the problems with the Folwark is that you want to take advantage of it. You think so much about efficiency, you want all of your farms to be placed perfectly under the bulwark, that you don't place them enough. If these were mills, they are smaller, you could scatter more and spread more farms around. I do feel like it's one of those cases where the mental aspect of thinking about the bonus can make you play worse. And we see Tommy already has one relic secured. You see a first relic being brought in by Plotter Ghost. And Plotter Ghost still has 2 relics on his side of the map, so he should be able... Third game as pulls ever. Wow! Couldn't find farm. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad I called you on that. The bulwarks are beautiful, but they are so big. I would even delete this lumberjack, move it closer. I mean, but that's me watching the game, not doing 1,000 things at the same time. Nice little raid here with a single light cav. Yeah, that's the problem. The relic wars are now being fought on Plotter Ghost's territory. And you are delaying, but it's so hard for you to steal a relic, and you will lose units in these small skirmishes. Still, Tommy is winning in KD, winning in res collected. The pole economy should not be underestimated. They are both mirroring in 3 TCs versus 3 TCs. Only 6 VL different and quite a low idle TC time. For this elo, that's quite solid. But we do see here the light cavalry engagement in the cavalries and with the knights. Res collected are not res spent. True. That is true. And we do see both are on stone, and I would be very surprised if their first castle isn't in the center. And yeah, res from Tommy are looking very geared towards him. Or Wonder Victory! You see here another engagement. I feel like these engagements are being much better for Plotter Ghost. These small skirmishes along the map. The relics... I think trying to deny the relics is important, but fighting to deny the relics is forcing Tom into bad engagements, and it's causing more damage than benefit. I think the relic right now are bait. And we do see Plotter Ghost going to drop the first castle. Yeah, that's an army and... No, don't go back! Spot the castle! I think the castle will now go up. How are in numbers? 10 versus... Okay, this is kind of 12 versus 12. I don't think the Pulse can take this. In terms of eco upgrades, Tommy is winning. In terms of military upgrades, they are exactly even. Of course, these knights have 2 more attack because of the relics. Another monk will go down. No, the monk has the conversion. We see the knights here. No way! Yeah, and now the game will progress into fight over this center. And whoever gets to imp first here will have such an advantage. I think this is the type of game where it's very important to realize how important it is to click imp as fast as possible. Abuse the market. Ruin your economy. Just click imp. Okay, and Plotter Ghost was the one who understood that assignment better. And with 2 castles already in the center, reaching first to imp will be quite an advantage. Nice wooden gold for Tommy. Yes, but he's playing knights. He's not playing archers or siege. He needs farms. But yeah, nice bank and res collected are ahead for the Poles. What I fear is that even though they can have cheap knights, and we see privileges on the way, I think Imp first for Plotter Ghost will make it so that he can once again build traps, force bad engagements, and Tommy will struggle. I like this. Almost had 1,000 food. Yeah, I like. Yeah, with poles it is hard, but you have 120 villagers. That's a great eco. Tommy has the eco lead. If he just spams, it's hard to do this mid game. Just spam bulwarks, farms, stables, and set like one rally point here, one rally point here, one rally point here, and raid until some things go home. I forgot how the expression goes. Raid until the cows go home or something like that. Just raid everywhere in your light cave. Yeah, the privileges. If you can't pronounce it, can we have signs my friend can't parse? No, it is coherent. I did it. Emote, no worries. I did it for you. Shout out Emote. Yeah, this is what concerns me the most. Is that we have traps on the way, as they should. And Imp is still 2 minutes away from Tommy. And we see grabbing the hill first, then fighting. This is quite a bit of ladies. They performed great against the knights. Actually, a mix of ladies and knights is great. And we see 30 to 30 military. The Imp upgrades are not in yet. But the army comp with the ladies and the knights is a little bit stronger. And we see the traps now raiding the castle. And this also bought time for the Imp upgrades to arrive. And now Imp will start meaning more and more the Imp advantage. Yeah, you can. That's the thing. You can force these bad engagements now. You can force Tommy to fight under your castles because you have the traps on the field. Even if you lose 1 or 2 traps, you are fighting in your own terms. And Tommy does have the better setup eco. I think Tommy leading in rest collected, but the timing was in favor of Plotter Ghost, and a lot of Age of Empires is about the map. What map are we playing? We are playing Eruption. There's a ton of gold in the middle. In a lot of maps, you lose on one side, you can raid in another. As I said, you could rally point your stables into your opponent's economies. But in a map like Eruption, there is a center point, and that favors the player who is in the lead. Grabbing a lead in these maps can snowball into victory. And we see that so many traps already on the field. 5 traps, that already reaches critical mass. And I think now at 6, I think no more traps are needed. Tommy with 4,000 food in the bank, wood in the bank. We see a 3rd castle. And Lithuanians have 3 relics, that is quite solid. I thought there's 1 knight there still. Conscription needed for the true. Conscription is such an important tech. What's the other one? Scout Cavalry Lines. Oh, that could be. Yeah. In the super late game, Poles could have a good chance against the Lithuanians. The problem is, one of the win conditions of Poles will be to deny Lithuanians gold, and this. If we weren't playing this map right now, I would actually favor the Poles. Because they have a great economy. It's like fall back, reboom, and fight, and your bonuses will carry you through victory. If this was not this map, I prefer the Poles position. Because we are playing in this map, I think the Lithuanians' advantages, the more gold-intensive army, will be able to sustain itself. Yeah, the traps are doing a little bit of a weird dance. We see Cavaliers in now. So Plotter Ghost has narrowed, Tommy has narrowed the Imp advantage a little bit. But yeah, this engagement's a little bit better for Plotter Ghost. That's the thing, it's the pressure. Tommy has such a... Like, Tommy's economy is like 100% late game economy. He now has more farms. If he could have 5 more minutes to drop a 50 stables and non-stop. I said light cav, you can go cavalry is almost trash. Hussars and everything. Elite ladies would be a great upgrade here for Plotter Ghost. Some bombard cannons. I think there's not enough military to support the bombard cannons. And we see Tommy's army keeps getting reset into lower numbers. Yeah, we see that this is what Tommy should be doing. Dropping the stables. Look, nice number of farmers now, of workers on food. This is now a solid late game economy. But yeah, 1 gold versus 21, that's just a center difference. And now even another castle here, and now your economy starts getting raided by threads, your production. And this shows how in a lot of ways, a lot of numbers, Tommy is in a better position. More than 10k res collected ahead, but this shows the significance of playing the map, of playing positional. Map control. Map control is something that can be a bit intangible. What is map control? How do you quantify map control? You press tab, this is Polar Ghost vision. You press tab, this is Tommy's vision. This is what map control is. Look at Polar Ghost can see the entire battlefield and can start squeezing in Tommy into a corner. Now the economy starts taking damage, the ladies start flooding from everywhere, the numbers start piling up of units. Why the frick, the monk there? I didn't see the monk! Yet DC starts crumbling, the production buildings, bombards are being produced in the front line, but they're already surrounded by ladies as soon as they spawn. I think it was really the timing on the center, being the second one to win by such a big margin, was the deal breaker. Because right now I don't see an angle where Tommy can win this. And Blotter Ghost was behind in villagers, but now he has enough time that all of his weaknesses have been mitigated. He's consolidating, he has a safe untouched eco. Ooh, even going for the defensive castle in the corner. And GG's called. Blotter Ghost wins game number 1. GG. Yeah, it was, and it's hard to balance production, economy. Winner spender, true. But well played by, I think the thing is, also that it was a very mirror matchup. I feel like Lithuanians versus Poles, they were playing the same style. And when you are playing the same style, whoever does the execution a little bit better will be the winner. If it's very asymmetrical match, if you have like militias and skirms on one side and archers on the other, and siege, I don't know, I'm just saying random stuff, it can be a lot of elements can play into it, like macro and everything. When it's a mirror style of match, when both are playing knights, both are playing the same style, both are supporting monks and everything. Yes, and Lacey are really strong once you leave the knight mirror, so that tips the skills. Exactly. Yeah. Great late game comp for the Lithuanian. Sorry, I was just reading something. GG, game number 1 goes to the Plotter, goes to the Lithuanians. Let's go back to captain's mode. Let's have a win to Plotter goes. And let me check. Oh, let me update also the map. At Eruption we have a win to player number 2, Plotter goes. And we, in terms of civs, we had the Lithuanians triumphing over the Poles, and that was the stolen thief. So it was a stolen thief is one of the most important thieves you have. It was a big thief being played against a random thief. So he was saying in chat, it's my 3rd time ever playing Poles. So this can be okay, I'm going to maybe my opponent picked one of my favorite maps and I'm going to play game number 1 with something outside of my comfort zone. This is not the map that I want to win the most. Let me throw the Poles at it. It's not my favorite map, it's not my favorite style, there's more to come. Nano, there's something I need to share. Are you aware of a knockoff Brazilian dubbing of God of War 1? I am, and the Portuguese official Brazilian dubbing of God of War 1, the Portuguese from Portugal, is also amazing. Admin randomly gave me Poles and he stole my Lithuanians I played for the map. Oof, yeah. Lithuanians are really good in this map. Homens, queimem a vila, destruam tudo e todos. I miss the era, especially in the PS3 era. There were so many good good dubs. Ooh, Bengalis could have been a good option for this map, I agree. But now we go for one of Tommy's home maps. Probably he can pick an opponent's home map. In most tournaments you can do that. And thank you for the lurk, Wasabi. Thank you. Over on YouTube. And City of Lakes or moats. I hope it's City of Lakes because I want to see the new navy. Let me see what I have here in store. Wait. Where to? Okay. This is a bit weird. The names of the games are a bit weird. It was. Oh, I'm watching it. Wait. Yeah, this is Tommy versus Plotter Ghost. Game 2, game 4, game 3, game 4, game 3. What? I think it's maybe something on the replay packer. I don't know. Let me open the save game another way. Sorry about the small delay. It's Viper versus False It's not. Because, yeah, in this, the game numbers are showing correctly. In another, they were showing weird. Okay, game 2, Tommy Plotter Ghost. Everything is correct. I think maybe it was just my cartridge. I'm not going to report this to Beargwyn yet. Age of Empires also updated today. And I was like, why? Why today? Why a micro update just before my stream? But so far it hasn't caused any issues. Tommy Plotter Ghost. Everything is correct. Let's head on into the map. And hello everyone, and welcome back to the second match of Champions Bracket Knockouts Round 1 of Beargwyn's Forlorn Cup. And this is Alpine Lakes in the bottom side of the map. In the blue color we have Tommy commanding the melee. In in the right side of the map, commanding the Japanese, we have Flutter Ghost, who is currently ahead in the series, but everything can happen. It was just the first match. Let's see if Tommy can bring it back. And Malay versus Japanese. Two very versatile civs. Two civs that love infantry, love archers. Japanese, of course, in Castle Age have the cavalry archer option. Malay have the cheap elephant play, which I think we won't see here. Let's see what they have in store for us. Yeah, seems like a manner. Yeah, inside Capture Age, it says that, oh, this is from a previous patch, but it won't work. But in Age of Empires itself, if I load the Capture Age, like, things are working. So, yeah, 0 seconds of LTC time. Always happy to see that. Ore. Hi. Kirimasu. Hio kirimasu. And yeah, this is Alpine Lakes. Let's talk over the map. Quite a few berries, some fish, and Malay can use this spawn. Both players have a starting pawn. Malay can use this pawn to fish boom. That's the type of play that someone like Arbase would love. They can go for some wonky strats, and Japanese do have the more efficient fishing ships as well. Of course, you don't need to dock this. You can just add a mill and use it like if they were berries. We have Malay and Japanese, so probably a dock, I would assume. And yeah, and we see already more villagers than normal on wood for both sides. So yeah, both players are going to dock. And hello, Jag Warrior. Today I'm streaming a game that you are quite familiar with. It's no longer Go. I will be back at Go, don't worry. But I am streaming a game that you should be familiar with. Ringing the board. Watching the gears of Dark Age turn, for me as a caster, I know some casters skip over Dark Age. It is so satisfying to watch Dark Age. I love Dark Age in Age of Empires. Yeah, both docking at the exact same time. Both going for the fish. And I did play this map in a show match. Was it versus... Who was it against? I'm pulling a blank on... I know who it was, but I'm pulling a blank on his name. The guy. Mikolos. That's the name. Yeah, I played a show match versus Mikolos here. No Woo for you, Tommy. Yeah, I didn't see Woo. And I didn't see any of the new civs in the draft yet. The Mapuche, the Tupi, I think that those are the names, and there's another one. But I didn't see any of them in the draft. My game knowledge of those civs so far is still 0. They are forbidden. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. The only one allowed is Inca. Okay. Oh! Flutter Ghost. Going for the Viper quick wall, saving the villager. First game saved the villager from a wolf, now saves a villager from a scout. Oh, and we have the new docks. I was thinking, oh, there's nothing in this map that we're going to see the new... Like, we're not going to see the new navy. There's no changes that are relevant here, but there is one. You can garrison fishing ships, and the fishing ships will fire, like the dock will fire like a garrison TC. That's a huge change for a map like this. Fishing Sultanate, yes, versus the fishing Shogunate. Yes. I don't think that was me. I don't see on my profile or remember that. Fourth ethnocracy play. That would be so cool. Oh, person dock drop. And by the way, Castle Age fire ships nowadays, that's one thing that Arbase taught me that lesson the hard way. They melt docks. Ululu, ululu. Hello, Ryuji. Welcome. I'm casting some Age of Empires tournament action. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. And we see 3 fishing ships from either side. The disappointed invader. Enjoy a dog Let's go. Yeah, both adding more fish, of course. The Japanese fishing ships work faster. They will provide a better economy. The Malay will have amazing fishing traps later on. And we see Malay with a faster fiddle age timing because they are the Malay. The age goes brrr. Age up goes so fast with the Malay. And I wonder what's the plan here. What's the mid to late game plan of both of these players? Because yes, you can go malicious, you can go full archers with both teams. You can just wait for castle age. This is a map where you can kind of fast castle. I see a lot of walling. I should start walling when I play. By the way, I'm back at Age of Empires, but right now I will focus way more on casting than in playing. That's kind of my objective for now. I want to improve my casting elo. I want to improve my casting skill, my camera control, my... It's like sometimes I'm it should come as a second nature to me to look at the minimap and do everything. I want to become a better observer and caster because they are two complementary skills and I want to become better at both. You see here some scout engagements. I want to improve my casting elo. We see they are both romantically running towards the sunset, both scouts. And quite a mirror matchup so far. No horse collar for Tommy. And in fast castle or archer rushes, you can add horse collar later on, especially because this is the map where you have fish. And that is another tick in the mark, in the checkbox of should I delay horse collar. We see fish trap will be up the play. Well, if you add a second dock, you are planning that. These scouts are still having their romantic trips. Other Ghost moving more towards the farming economy, while Tommy is staying strong on the docks. And I don't think we're going to see any heavy feudal age aggression. We see some scouts on the field. There's a gap there, I believe. Oh, there's an unbuilt palisade there. And yeah, we see the fishing ships garrison. It's amazing how this game keeps evolving in radical ways. This is not a small change. This is huge. Garrisoning docks is a monumental shift in the game. And we have that like 25 years after the game released. Poltergeist space is more open. Tommy had closer to the edge spawn, but did a superb job at walling. And we see Archer play. Oh, I was like, is this a T90 farm? No, there's a mill there. The scouts are trying to get in. Makes losing a bit on hybrid maps very barrel, yeah. Huge over one for Tommy. Where is the one for the fish trap? True. I mean, the fish traps are starting to get placed, and well-placed fish traps. But Poltergeist will click up to castle, and Tommy, previous game, he lost a lot of advantage because of age difference. He needs to... Oh, and don't worry, Jack Warrior, if you ask that question and I show, it means that I should have kept my eye on this. This was not your analytical error, it was my flaw as a caster to not show you all the information as it is happening. We also see a bit of fish traps from Poltergeist, but way less. Economy from Tommy is booming. Right now, he will be later to Castle Age, but with the Malay, you see your opponent reaching Castle, you can then click Castle yourself. It is so fast. There is a slight chance of an overchop there. Now that will still be a diagonal tile, I believe. It will be still safe after that word comes down. And we see two skirms. We see Poltergeist going for fletching, going for archery range. I think this will be Japanese CA. And that's something I was talking with Arbase the other day. I want a CA nerf. I think not a lot of people want a CA nerf. I do want a CA nerf because I think they are too common. I think CA should be a situational unit. And right now, I don't feel like they are a situational. They're a unit you can use on basically every single matchup. It's what I feel like. I feel like if you're a Civ with good CA, you go CA. They are the equivalent of a knight, an archer. They are a staple unit. But that's me. I'm not a huge... I think we see too much CA versus CA nowadays. And I think CA versus CA is very unique. CA is basically power unit like knight. I think CA is very unique in terms of how it operates. And I'm not a huge fan of how it operates. CA shouldn't be able to hit and run knights only run. I agree with that. I feel like knights should be a stronger counter versus CA. And we see Tommy still with all the booming. And CA will have a drawback that is true of this transition. They are very weak during the transition. They do require a lot of upgrades. They're still a unit with a ton of drawbacks. I just want players to use them less. And that accuracy is one of the drawbacks as well. Nice, Elite Skirm on the way. Skirms have no bonus damage versus CA in particular. Only Elite Skirms have bonus damage versus CA. Here they do a little bit of bonus damage because they are archers. But once they get Elite Skirm, they will be much better. Siege here to complement the CA. So Plotter goes definitely on the aggression, and he has to be on the aggression because... Oh, that's a lot of fishing traps that can be mangonel. I was thinking about the mangonel for the skirms. If this gets all flattened by the mangonel, it's going to be so much damage. And yeah, now that they are elite skirms, they will melt the CA. Yeah, that mangonel scares me a bit. Oh, nice. Ooh. The mangonel wars are so anxiety-inducing. Nice micro there, controlling the villagers too. Oh, a nice repair build from Plotter Ghost. Both players are performing well in the Mango Wars. One of the most anxiety-inducing scenarios in Age of Empires is Mango versus Mango. Nice outpost. I really like this type of outpost. Mango Wars, if you can spot the Mango earlier, it can make your micro easier. Shame the villager, and that's the repair field. Well, shame it didn't come to fruition. GG Jack, good set. Hello, Citizen Nips. Welcome, welcome. I hope I said that correctly. Oh, 1 for 1. That's always... That's kind of the expected. Ooh, castle here to deny the mangoes. And the mangoes did not do a lot of damage to the fishing ships. They didn't target the fishing traps as I feared they would. They were more focused on finding villagers, on military damage. And this is starting to reach the point where... yeah, they're so terrible. This is reaching the point where Malay are getting away with it. Japanese had an angle, Malay were very greedy, and I often say that unpunished greed is reward, and I think Tommy's greed is being heavily rewarded right now. Some villagers here, maybe misclick. Nice number of vills for Tommy. We see a forward PC. Because yes, food you can grab from the fishing ships, but you need secure gold. The CA are there, but so are the skirms. The skirms are looking towards the oblivion, and we see ballistics on the way that will make these engagements even better for the skirms. They are having to... Yeah, you need to micro them away from everything. Do not mango your own units. Once ballistics is in, we're going to see them melt. Yep. Now they just melt in seconds. Trying to wall in the villager. Villager is well doing. The DC will go up with time. No, the villager fell to the TA. The mighty CA leads her. Siege Workshop will go down, and Tom is in a great position in this game. Where'd he go? The villager here got sniped by the CA. I think that's what Tommy is asking. The CA before dying sniped this villager. The DC builder, lol. He was all in, yeah. Nice. Kev Archer. I didn't see. Floror Ghost is not renowned for military management. That's something cool also that I wanted to bring up and I forgot in this cast, is that I like casting players I know quite well, but I also like to cast people whose style I do not know. And I do not know, maybe I've casted them in the past if I did story, but I do not remember. I went into this not knowing either Tommy's style nor Floror Ghost's style. And I feel like match number 1 was not the best match, because I feel like their styles were forced by the matchup. And now we are seeing more identity. For example, we're seeing Tommy with the greedy fish boom. We are seeing Floror Ghost now catching up. The music is a bit loud again. Thank you for bringing it up. I need to normalize things. Wait, why did the... Yeah, the music went up. How did the... Pay attention to the game. Oh, I think I know what's happening. Thank you. I can fix that. I know what's happened. It is a glitch in the matrix. Thank you for bringing that up, Tommy. And I do apologize for the music being loud. No, my mic is exactly the same. It was the music. I know what happened. I need to fix that. After this set, I can fix that. And hello. Nicola159, thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a wonderful evening today. Or morning, depending on where you are. It could be afternoon as well. It's evening over here, and we are casting Tommy versus Floror Ghost. You see now Tommy going for some siege. Has a lot of trash units. And is going to imp and add Malame, so it's going to in seconds. But trash units can't win you the game. What will be the core unit? I mean, it could be Karambit spam. And trash units can win you the game, it is true. You can just spam a bunch of trash units. But Tommy is in a great position because he had more eco working for longer. This is 5k res lead. And one thing, it's 5k when both sides are losing a lot of res. There weren't any big engagements. So those 5k reses will mean a lot. A lot of them are being spent. If I'm Tommy, I will drop a castle here. It's a great position. And start grabbing down DCs. Start spamming karambits everywhere. Is it true traps on the way? Are they being built? Oh, those grabs are going to have to walk 500 miles and then 500 more. We see chemistry, bracer. We're getting the upgrades for the elite term. Because there's no archers on the field. Really respecting the Japanese CA. And we see Japan is now also moving toward the Imperial Age. With Floror Ghost, we see the Knights moving forward. We'll probably snipe this Mango easily. Yeah, the army is a bit out of position. Mango goes down. The Knights will go down to the pikes. We see more upgrades on the way. Why both players have one DC in Narnia? It was because of the gold, Star TV. That's the only reason. This map, your starting goal is a bit limited. Yeah. The gold is very scattered in this map. It's like 3 tile golds scattered everywhere, and these are TCs just to secure gold. And hello, Engineer, welcome. That's the theme of this tourney maps. Like, no. Why would you say something so controversial, yet so true? Nah, I do. And especially because it brings some variety in terms of maps, because a lot of great maps. Ooh, fishing lines. One of the new upgrades from the dock. And we see siege engineers on the way, husbandry on the way. Tommy is ahead, so he's getting literally everything. We see some samurai here, but yeah, with this amount of trash, I don't think they will be able to perform. Well, ooh, one bombard to end all siege. Yeah, mangoes go down. The son of the samurai is rewarding. And they have a speed boost now, right? That's a thing. I didn't dream about that. And that's quite a bit of samurai. And GG is called. Oh, elephant raids? Oh, elephant raids. I like how, don't forget the elephant raids. Yes. Horde told me. They were so good. You were so good at surprising the enemy that you even surprised the caster. And that's, I was like, why was the GG called? This is enough for a GG in my opinion, losing this. But I feel like most players wouldn't GG here. And yeah, I think this was the reason for the GG. It was the elephants in the back, and Gimbo does save this beautiful, I agree. So we have a set on our hands. It is 1-1. Let me update the score. Floater had 5 on gold. Yeah, only here is the safe access, and in this map, gold access is very important. And GG, and yeah, as I said, this map was, while the other match was a complete mirror, we had two very different styles here, two very different approaches to the game. Tommy went for a greedy approach and got 0 punished for it. Even the Mangonel play here was quite an investment that's sadly for Plotter Ghost didn't manage to deal enough damage, and maybe if that was invested into earlier booming or something, or if the Mangos had targeted more fishing traps, maybe he had no, I should have checked the vision, maybe he had no idea the fish situation was this bad. It's easier to, you gotta go, no worries. And I do cast on Twitch and YouTube, and on Twitch the YouTube has limited, the VOD has limited time. On YouTube it stays forever, so if you want to see anything else, you can always check the YouTube. And hello, War Industrial, it's been a while. It has been. Glad to see you. And before hopping on to the next match, I will take a quick break before we move on to the... On YouTube, we can see the rise and fall of Maxi back to 1200 Elo. Or only the rise. I don't know. I need to check. I need to do Maxi the update. But yeah, be right back, and then I'll continue the set. We're moving on to match number 3, so we have a set on our hand. Be right back in a sec. I'm back. Welcome once again. We are 1-1. Let me see. Yeah, the VGM now should be coherently lower because I have my audio adjustment related to my scene changes on OBS. So whenever I change scenes, my VGM was going back up in volume, and now it should always be okay. Let me update here the overlay. And in terms of maps, button, we had that was Alpine Lake going to Tommy. So stealing one of Plotter's Ghost home maps. And in terms of Steves, we did have the Malay triumphing over the Japanese. So this time it was Plotter Ghost playing with a Civ he randomed into, but I think the Japanese were a good Civ for that with the bonus. They were good with the bonus faster fishing, but maybe they would be even better for City of Lake. But I mean, you also have Saracens for City of Lake. Malians are great for every single map. Romans, I wonder what the Romans are planned for. Maybe a Russian volcanic island? Could be. But yes, let me hop on to the next match. Let's see what Plotter Ghost picked for map number 3. Let me see if I can jump straight into it. Oh, I think I realized what was happening before. I think I had another set downloaded and you played at the exact same time. So I'm watching, this is like in order of time played. So it's the other set game 4, then the other set game 3, and all of that is a jumble. That's what happened. Okay. And it's funny because this set, I don't know if we are going to get a game 5 or not, but games are not being short. Maybe I'm going to cast only one set tonight. But for match number 3, we have Capture Age. We have Tommy versus Plotter Ghost. I mean, of course we do. But we have Romans versus Ethiopian. Let us start the match. Hello everyone, and welcome to match number 3 of this best of 5 set between Tommy and Plotter Ghost. They are even now after Plotter Ghost won set 1. Tommy brought it back with a greedy match number 2, and now they are playing on modes. We have Romans versus Ethiopians. Plotter Ghost is in the red, left side of the map, commanding the Romans, and Tommy is in the right side of the map, commanding the Ethiopians. Modes, I think, is this my first time seeing this map? I think it is. I don't remember seeing this map. So Plotter Ghost has a very secure goal here in the back of the base. There's only one decent entrance to the base, and docking this is quite an investment to transport over. So this is a base with a single entrance. Very safe gold, safe-ish stone. Gold is more towards the front for Tommy, but stone is super safe. Let me just turn off one carriage. I don't know if you could hear the noise, but now it's gone. It was distracting me from the cast. Where are the calls going? Probably just trying to better manage that. We see 3 on 1 for Plotter Ghost start. Can we hold the pass with 2 garrison dogs? The dogs have an underwhelming range, which I think is good, but I don't think they will be able to hold the pass. I think dropping and palisading one tower, I mean, does cost stone compared to the dogs. Oh, walling there? Okay. I mean, it could be just a house that's filling in a wall. standard start. There's some hairs that make some annoying sounds here. And hairs on this side, okay. Relic spawns are kind of even. A little bit more towards Slaughter Ghost side of the map. And yeah, Ethiopians versus Romans is a dangerous matchup for the Romans, because these are two thieves that have such a strong feudal age. They are both powerhouses of the feudal age, and Ethiopians' bonus and style counters the Romans. Romans have they can play later on, and they are one of the best, I mean, not one of the best late game seeds, but they are quite solid with their Legionnaires and Centurions and Scorpions later on. But sometimes with the Romans, you want to go for a lot of aggression. You can go for the Militia, a Man at Arms, double armor plays. But with the Ethiopians, they have what I consider the best feudal age archers in the game, with that faster fire rate. And you transition into them so fast with that bonus of food and gold when you age up. So I think I prefer the Ethiopians. And hello, Javisti with the raid. Welcome in. And hello, Krantos on YouTube. But yes, welcome in, raiders. I'm covering the Forlorn Cup, Beargwyn's tournament. Tommy versus Slaughter Ghost. I hope things went well over there, Javisti. I assume you're also doing some Age of Empires. And hope the stream went well. Of course, raiders, welcome in. I'm Nando. I do a little bit of variety content, but I'm trying to hop back into Age of Empires, trying to cast it every week. We see here now Slaughter Ghost. I need to focus because Slaughter Ghost going for the lame. It was that low. The great heist. Slaughter Ghost going for the lame. The cows get reconverted and the scout cav gets walled in. So it was just one cow that got, and yeah, and it was taken down by the DC. Now it doesn't decay. Back in my day, when the DC took down a cow, that was food gone. Oh, Tommy can take that because I think, will the feudal age upgrade arrive on time? I mean, that's even better. Oh, no. Good call by Slaughter Ghost. Really good call. I mean, oh, even military units? Was that taken down by the scout? And even military units don't cause... I thought it was just the TC. Can you kill just boars and everything with your scout? Or was that a last minute hit with a TC?
Salve.
And we do see the Romans going for militia. Going to be men at arms. Gods can kill deer but cheap, yes. Ah, okay. I had no idea about that. Isn't that open? I mean, this is the best type of wall. The wall that your opponent believes in. You don't need to be walled. Your opponent just needs to believe that you are walled. Yeah, now it is. Now it no longer works. It used to work, now it's just palisaded. Yeah, I mean, you are making your opponent spend a little bit of wood, but this map is so easy to defend. And yeah, the Ethiopians go for the archery range, and that's... Yes, men-at-arms are faster now. Yes, Roman men-at-arms getting quite a bit of armor. But Ethiopians want to play into the counter of that. The lane was blocked, GG. Yeah, the town center upgrade, that was my first reaction to when they said that the town centers could kill animals was, okay, this is a nerf to laming. This is 5 men-at-arms, this is an investment from Slaughter Ghost. A way this can work is if he holds back and Tommy thinks, okay, I have 4 or 5 archers or 3, and this will be enough to hold me to Castle Age. And suddenly a storm of militia come forward, But no, we see skirmishers to support the militia. Ah, deletes the palisade. I was about to say he's going to get walled in. Feel it's going to be rough with the range situation. The micro will be tricky for the Romans. And Tommy will get such a good castle age timing. The thing is, there's not a lot of resources in here. This can be... It is easy to wall, true. But it's also easy to trap you in. And I think the main resource that can harm you is wood. You have quite a lot of stone for the early game. Quite a lot of gold. Denying your opponent out of wood in a map like this can be a win condition. And we do see now this is 6 men at arms. There's no arson because Romans don't have arson. They also don't have the armor upgrade, so right now they are just regular men at arms. They don't have any sieve bonus. Where are the forward dogs? Oh! The raid is succeeding. I was skeptical, and the raid needs to succeed. Oh, and this is the one wood line. This is a lot more damage than it seems. This is Slaughtered Ghost. Oh no, he also has this. Slaughtered Ghost will have trouble with wood. I was trying to think how to phrase that. Oh, wall the units in? I mean, but there are so many men-at-arms. They still have one gap there. They can just walk out. We will have trouble with wood. Blotter Ghost is fine. Yeah, Blotter Ghost is fine. Yes. That scout there. Shame that the units got all split up. You want to keep those skirms alive to help deal with these archers. Yeah, Blotter Ghost is in a really good position. And because Tommy had to invest so much into the defense, he had to invest in some scouts and everything. His main possible advantage, which was that safe, fast castle timing, has been completely eroded. He lost all of his castle age timing. Tommy, what the fuck is going on? Maybe some... not sending them there. Yeah, maybe some pathing things. Okay, he did find... It's good that he found this wood here. How much is this if I just... 700 wood. I would consider we were talking about docking. A tower or a dock here would be insane. I think Tommy wanted a fast castle, but instead now. Yeah, I agree. And now Plotter Ghost, if he gets a market and balances the economy a little bit, can even be the first one to reach castle age. Oof, losing more villagers. The armor is in. A dock and a galley, and this is all true. A galley here from Plotter Ghost to cause so much disruption. And on the other side, Plotter Ghost Seiko has been working safely. He has clicked up to Castle Age first. Timings will be similar. What is the follow-up? I think it's quite obvious. And I'm expecting the castle to be dropped here in the front. But we see... Ooh! What are these villagers going for? Vacations? No. Men at arm eat lumbercaps. Yes, there are rabbits, Credon Toast. It's food. It's extra food. There are rabbits. There are hares. There's... Huh? Eh? Is he just spreading out his economy? If this was scouted, this was such a gamble. There's even capybara type. There's whales. What are they? Yeah, he's playing evacuation. True. Wow, even going to the corner to make them a hidden. That can actually become his only lifeline because a castle is going up here. Yeah, this might be safe. I mean, saving is too strong of a word. I don't think that is enough to save the game. It is a lifeline. I still believe Tommy is in the worst position. And I wonder how he's going to respond to castle in face. Because the thing is that now, Tommy's unit routing and unit control and everything will all be jank. Polterghost, his army and everything is easy to manage. But Tommy can have rally points that are not working well, can have units go, like having these things spread out can backfire a little bit. And I agree, it is a future place for DCs and everything, but if it gets spotted, then Polterghost is already playing infantry. He can just be 20 long swordsmen here, DC down, 20 long swordsmen here, DC down. The most important thing is that Polterghost must not be aware that that exists. We see crossbowmen on the way, and these are Ethiopian crossbowmen. They fire really fast. There goes the crossbowman. Yeah, we see the lifeline DC, but both are, it's 2-2 DCs. Yeah, these feudal age skirms will not have a good time versus crossbows. I would add the good old Roman corpse there to help. I don't like the tower play here. I understand it. I don't think it does enough. It gains you a little bit of territory. I don't think it's enough. And we see, yeah, the TCs there. Outposting the whole enemy water on the outside would be a visionary move. Yeah, just add more outposts. That's how you win games. Will this tower even go up? I think it will. Yeah. And another advantage of the Romans, they do have a bonus of their their villagers are a little bit more efficient, they work a little bit better. And how are the Ethiopians the ones using scorpions versus the Romans? I do like the flags. Now. Yeah, terms. I think Potter Ghost had a good early game, and the castle is a good plan, but he's struggling with army comp a little bit, and he's struggling to find damage, and Tommy is getting away with this. The genius. And the thing is, one of the most important things about Age of Empires is awareness. If you think your opponent is locked in, you're just having the time of your life. You're like, I just need to park here. I have no pressure. He can even be relaxing, already thinking, what am I going to pick for map number 4, or my opponent is going to pick? Which sim will I go for? I'm winning the game. My opponent has no chance. He's getting suffocated out of res. Actually, he isn't. Bad intel is worse than no intel, and I think right now he thinks Tommy is sealed in. He's not scouting any of the rest of the map. Okay, he is. Oh, he is scouting the rest of the map. Will the Arctic Bull, if that Arctic Bull takes that long swordsman before he spots anything? So Engi. Long swordsman, this. The Mango Wars are always easier for the defending player. Woof, 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 woof. It's going to get spotted. That is so good. This not being spotted would snowball into a disaster. And now it is like, okay, game situation just took a huge turn. Mango Wars are always easier. Yeah, I played Mango Wars against Mega Fish, so I know how painful they can be. You have armor now, and now I would focus. I would reroute this. You are securing the front line. I would reroute your pressure towards the other bases. You see them both? At least one of them, you see them? I would reroute your pressure that direction. That's a get out of your own base. I like this castle way more than I did like the tower there. True, the unit saw it, but it ghosts it. That is a good assessment. We see mangoes trying to fire everywhere. The castle does go up, and now the game is even scrappier for Tommy. I mean, that's a little bit. Probably some misclick or something. For a second I was like, are these Tommies? Oh! Some villagers go down, but the villager count is even. Yeah, rip mangoes. Yeah, those crossbows will not be happy. And the thing about Poltergeist's unit comp is that long swordsmen are so easy to manage. I've talked about how scouts in other games, you stop looking at them for 1 second, you lose them in feudal. Archers, you stop looking at them, they're under the castle, they are taking damage from mangonels. This is the unit where you can just set a rally point, turn off your brain, and the unit will do its thing. I like this castle a lot. He doesn't know if the castle was 1 tile forward. But this is just for villagers. Like, okay. This is the time as a caster where your head is in your heart, like only for villagers, and this gets spotted. No! Go back, yes. They would reveal the castle location. This outpost is very important. And TCs now both are revealed. The castle isn't revealed though. But these are the Ethiopians. Oh, Showtel's. Showtel's here? Yeah, sometimes because I was thinking about straight up engagements. Sometimes it's not about the straight up engagements, sometimes it's about the raids. A handful of Showtels in Plotter's base would be monumental. Yeah, the res. Tommy, click to him. Tommy. Yeah, that's when a player is super aggressive, like Plotter Ghost. If a game is, if you're too aggressive for too long in a game, you forget that you have your own base to defend. And I would love to see Tommy clicking in and adding Showtels and then elite Showtels. Classic Tommy float. Tommy! The thing is, when you have to add farms and things like that, it is hard to spend your economy and manage it. Yes, Tommy just needs to press the button and his economy will be well invested. Oh, the castle just brings the TC. That's nice. Okay, I think the villagers here took down the mango. Oh, the Showtels are also great versus the mangoes. But yeah, Plotter Ghost is now in the worst position. He's also picking up to Imp. But Tommy will be first. And if this moves into a trap war, I really like Tommy's position. Oh, nice looking monastery here for the Romans. I like even the surrounding buildings and everything. This, oh, such a good it's so hard to have awareness of that during the game. Oh, and Plotter Ghost did plug his greatest weakness before it was exploited. So Tommy's window of exploiting that has come to an end. Now probably the focus will be the trap wars and this frontline chaos. This is such a mess. Tommy's base is this and this. The look of snow on top now. Yeah, I understand that. It's such a cool vibe. MTC under castle fire. True, it has been repaired. What is up, non-donuts? Hello, hello, Pickle McGillionaire. I'm casting some Mage of Empires to action. This is the Forlorn Cup, the qualifying. Whoever loses this best of 5 is out of the tournament. And I mean, you lose the Forlorn Cup, it's like, it's devastating. The TC, I think it will go up. Yeah, and he's repairing it actively, he knows. If there was no awareness out of Plotter Ghost, and if Tommy knew... Yeah, trap clicked right away, I like to see that. These are 1500 players. It feels like I'm watching me play. I mean, if I was playing, it would be Ethiopians without archers and Romans without militia. Some Centurions here to help clear up the base. Maybe I like the TC. I kind of dig it. I like Tommy's weird TC spreading out. The thing about Tommy is these will soon be legionaries. You get a trap, the legionaries will melt it. Posture check, thank you, that is indeed important. Yeah, credit tossed with a shield over there on YouTube. Some players didn't sign up to avoid the crushing devastation of losing the cup. Yeah, that was my case. Why do you think I didn't sign up? I could have gotten paired versus Maxi, and getting paired with Maxi is just straight up losing. So I didn't want to get that chance. I like that the Trebi is working on these targets, because there's the massive longswords there, and if you try to move out... Wait, a cannon galleon? Where? Oh, cannon galleon here to take down the castle. That's cute. Nah, I wouldn't lose versus Mikolos. Yeah, countering this, Arbalest is the unit, but you need more numbers. Yeah, the Arabs are starting to get there. Oh, and Romans now? Need a repair. I think Tommy can't afford to lose this castle. I think he needs to repair it, and he will lose the castle. And now the militia are aware of that, but the Arbalists have reached that critical mass. This has been a great engagement out of the Arabs. They are Ethiopian Arabs. Yeah, he's forced to back away. Militia are as expensive unit, but not that expensive. You can afford to lose them. The threads are way more expensive. I like that longswordsman about to take down the boat, and the boat's like, nope, I run away. More TCs from Plotter Ghost. This set is being really cool. Yeah, Roman infantry doesn't just die, that is true, credit tossed. Yeah, water trap wars. That Roman may finish. This set is being really cool. Like this match, I was sure for a while that Tommy had no chance, and then I was sure for a while that Tommy was about to make a huge comeback, and now I prefer Plotter Ghost's position, but I'm unsure where this game is going. Yeah, that will go down before producing a Drummond. That's kind of huge. And this is the thing that I talked about early on. You have production here, you have production there. Everything is so scrappy for Tommy's space layout that he will just passively lose units. Like a ballistic does harm. But yeah, Plotter Ghost doesn't have the best comp, I agree. He's playing militia versus arms. I like how the freaking cannon galleon is taking down the... Yeah, and the arms now are in good enough number. And now bombard cannon to help. Please get legionnaires. Yes, I agree. Other have better position, but we have far better late game and safe matchup. Through the Ethiopians, if they get torsion engines as well, it's such a strong late game tech. They already have the great arms, complement that with the torsion engine bombard cannons, and you will melt skirm balls. Skirm balls. That sounds like a good thing. Wait, no, that sounds wrong. I was like thinking about meatballs, and then I just realized what that sounds like. No. This map is named after a famous composer. Mozart. No, DC. Freaking Mozart. This game is not conducive to chatbox overlays. Wait, wait, is my chat your chatbox? Oh, you can see your chat there. Okay. There is chat on the bottom right. Where the Rams? Ooh, those archers are in a bit of a pickle position. Single fire galley here. Where did that? Oh, there's another dock here. And fire galleys, as I said before, we only don't see nano. Yes, it was because of performance situations. I wanted to optimize my capture each performance. No ballistics hurt so much. True. No ballistics is really hurting Polar Ghost. Corpse plus Legionnaires. Yeah. The thing is, Scorps are great, but now I think the time of Scorps is over because of the bombard cannons. And now we have torsion engines on the way. I think torsion engines is GG. Such a good tech. Now it's late for Scorps. Look at that. They will just flatten everything. Yeah, I think Tommy, this was such a cool map. From the aggression, the freaking sneak wheel play. The freaking 2Ts, that was such a cool. Do you like Ethiopian food or Italian food more? Maybe Italian just because I've eaten more of it. But they are both countries with great cuisines. All was needed was a galley middle. Yes! All was needed was vision here. And vision here earlier on. Tommy, yeah, Tommy really playing interesting games. Win condition. Yeah, Tommy's going for the wonder victory once again. That. But even without torsion engines, the numbers. Age of Empires is a game of numbers. As I say, more unit counter less unit. I love the TCs there, about to kiss each other. He knows modern maps are decided by using wood. Sparingly true. Roman skirms like Razor. Yeah, the Romans don't have good skirms. Not horrible, they are not Turk skirms, but... Ooh. Those are expensive, yes, guard them. Yeah, castle went down. Water Ghost is losing all of his castles. Ooh, whoa. I don't think this will be game deciding because I think the game will be decided, as we were talking about, by the comp differences. But this will be a nice advantage for Water Ghost. Nice reaction on ending the defensive castle there and just castle this. But he is facing an unstoppable force. And we see architecture, chain barding, armor, gold shaft mining. Tommy is in that position that he likes where he can just click everything willy-nilly. Shout out Neely. Oh, nice small raids there. Water goes to 167 villagers. Dang, you got that up quick. And these are Roman villagers. that was a lot of villagers, and Roman villagers have 5% increased efficiency on everything. Is treadmill crane, how is that called? I can't find the upgrade. The build faster upgrade. Treadmill crane. Oh, here it is. No treadmill cranes for Romans. Okay. Wait, you know how the legend has you playing the bet when you start losing? You have the treadmill coming, he starts playing the bet and he reaches 10k wood. The thing is, Tommy is playing well. His wood will soon be over 9,000. They are both playing well, this stat. Yeah, the Ethiopians are probably my second favorite team of the game. I was the originator of the sword. True, I created the legend of Beargwyn. That Beargwyn only plays well when he's losing. I think Tommy knows he has the lead, so he's saving resources for the next game. He thinks they carry over, so he's like, yeah, next game I will start with 9,000 wood. And then the winged hussars arrived. Coming down that down. A lot of... Oh, Centurions are not good versus Arabs. Ooh. And Centurions will defend this, but that's a lot of heals. Now Plotter Ghost is doing... But the thing is, he's at 170 builds. He doesn't need to boom. He needs a good army comp, and he has none. I usually say that more important than your current status is what is your angle of victory. And I see no angle for Plotter Ghost's victory. Ooh, now these are exposed. And slowly but surely, Tommy is creeping into tower control, into map control. What Tommy should do, you're playing Ethiopians, add more outposts. They are cheaper and better. Always advocate for outposts. Yards there. Oh, will it be over 9,000? It is over 9,000! Let's go! Will gold also reach over 9,000? The thing is, right now we can't judge Tommy because he can't spend. He's capped. He's queuing up things, but he can't... I mean, could get final attack upgrade. What's the market price now? I forgot how to check that. Like any market. Okay, okay. That didn't work. Oh, it's here. Sorry, it did work. Sorry. T90 blind. I think this is my first time playing in a market as a caster. Pro caster here. I was just saying before you arrived, Beargwyn, that I'm investing in becoming the best caster ever now. My days of playing are over. I mean, I say that I will still play, but I will focus way more on casting than playing now when it comes to Age of Empires. Nice raids here. That is one of Plotter Ghost's angles of victory, is raiding. That's one of the ways you can win when you have the worst army. But if you're playing against a player who has this much bank, in the end, Plotter Ghost just wants to clear map and have the army slowly creeping forward, expand the map control. Another castle will go down. And these games are so exhausting to play, especially right now for Forlorn Cup when you are losing a game like this. It is so draining. We even see Roman Cavalier game mode goal of unit. Deliciously generic, yes. I mean, don't they get the charge attack? Does attack also give them... Yeah, they can get commit attendance. Exactly, Beargwyn. Yeah, they are not generic. They have a charge attack. I mean, there's a ram here. Yeah, I think Slaughter Ghost and now losing a lot of eco. Doesn't have bang. Half the half the score. Score doesn't tell the whole picture, and he probably sees that he's winning like some small advantages, creeping away here with some units. But his score, his unit, his score economy, yeah, under 100 pop after an hour mark. If you're not devastating or destroying your opponent as well. I mean, the starting island is still the safest spot. Does it still... Oh, okay, ballistics is in. Okay. For a second I was like, is ballistics still not in? 70 vills. I'm becoming tired watching this game right now. I'm not even playing it. GG is called. And I understand Slaughter Ghost's frustration, because I feel like at the point where he sealed the opponent in and didn't spot these two bases, we're so close to 10k gold, and didn't spot these two bases, I think he thought he was like the game was in the bag. After the amount of damage he dealt, he drops a castle here. If you study the map, you see no docks. You're like, okay, I just secured my win. My opponent will just erode his way to the V. That's why I think, for example, he added a tower. I think it was suboptimal, but he was like, I mean, he's not here. Maybe I'm reading the situation wrong. But I think that tower was like, okay, I'm in such a lead, I can afford to now slowly creep forward. And he was unaware that this was happening and that it was happening to this much of a scale. But it is one thing to have 1 or 2 TCs, it's another thing to start actually booming and spreading out an economy and having a functioning backbone. Yeah, Tommy proved that he had a backbone, and very well played here. GG for both of you. And look at, yeah, I was planning on casting quite a lot of sets. Maybe I will only cast one set tonight. We'll see. But great set so far. He's actually behind in eco, because that is true. If you go back to capture age, if you look at eco spent, he is behind, but he has a almost 3-to-1. I mean, if you sum the eco in a military KD, he has a 3-to-1 ratio. So, and for relics as well. GG. Let's go back into captain's mode. Let me add a victory for Tommy. And remember, Tommy lost game number 1. So will we see a reverse sweep, or will Slaughter Ghost now take a map away? Let's see. I mean, I say reverse sweep, that would be a 2-0. So technically it's not a reverse sweep, it's more of a comeback. And this was my first time seeing mode. Is a victory for player 1. Banning the best map, Dingus and Mangrove Jungle. I have too much fun. I mean, I usually say the emote that if you're criticizing the player who is losing, you're beating the player. I don't know who wins or loses the set, but right now Tommy is winning. If you criticize the loser, it's like, if you're criticizing the winner, you can do it fine. So this game, since Tommy won it, we are free to have fun with the floaties. The floating good ethos. Yeah. That's usually how I do things. Oh, let me update the civs as well. And we had the Romans losing. Yeah, that was a rough civ matchup as well. I usually get. That's also a great way to do it. Criticizing the guy you know the boundaries, and I usually criticize El Mikolos. I heard that usually nowadays Easy criticizes Beargwyn quite a bit because of some story that Dizzy was making it through to the set and she won a victory and stuff. I'm not sure what happened there, but I heard there's quite a war going on between the Beargwyn faction and the Dizzy faction. And I think Polar Ghost is probably going to his home map of Volcanic Isle. We have humans, Malians, and Saracens and Armenians. I think all of them are top tier peaks. And Dravidians, Bengalis, Persians, and Vikings. I would maybe Persians or not Vikings or City of Plague. And let's see. I'm not good at guessing civs. Let's hop into match number 4. And hello everyone, welcome back to the Forlorn Cup, hosted by Beargwyn, who is here in chat. Shout out Beargwyn, the stats guy. And this is Volcanic Island in the left side of the map. Playing as the Dravidians, we have Tommy, who is 2-1 after losing the first map. But Slaughter Ghost is fighting hard and certainly he's not out for the count. And he's commanding the Malians here. Malians are such a good civ. They have a wood bonus, a gold bonus, because buildings are cheaper, gold is faster, they have the bonus Pierce unit. Like, in late game, they can go for Farimba Cav. Like, early game, you go for anything, to be honest. Archers work, infantry works. And late game, you can go for scouts and just Farimba is such a good tech. And if you're playing against enemy cavalry, you can go for Farimba camels. Another interesting map. Yeah, this map, I've seen quite a few crazy matches here with walls going around and things like that. Towers. Almost all of the wood of the map is here in the center. What is the theme of the Forlorn Cup? Great question, Credentos. The theme of the Forlorn Cup is to play forlorn maps. What does forlorn mean? No one knows. It is a word that no person in this world knows what it means, but I googled it. It means that it is something that was forgotten. So this map, this competition, is about showcasing maps that are in the game. All of these maps are base map games. These aren't tournament made maps. There's no map pack. These are all maps like Arabia, Arena, what other maps exist in the game? Hideout. These are all standard maps from the game that usually don't see tournament play. And Beargwyn was like, why? I'm going to find my favorite ones of the non-popular ones and create a cup dedicated to them. Ah, Forlorn is French for forlorn. Ah, okay. Forlorn. Beargwyn is smart sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it happens. And here, oh, and I was just laughing to myself. It's not true. Let me continue explaining the map. Stone is scattered in these outside small islands. Gold, you have 3 piles around your TC, and I think that's it. So this map, the resources really dictate the map. You have some water that you can go for some early fish boom. And Dravidians do get... Yeah, they get a lot of wood and more efficient fishing ships. So they do have good bonuses. They also have some mean... Men-at-Arms militia pressure. Because their barrack docks are cheaper. Their barrack techs, they can go for some strong early pressure. We do see Plotter Ghost is going for the long distance Mouflon push. Is the outside all the gold stone? Here, yeah, all the gold is this 3-3, and the outside ring is all stone. All the stone of the map is in the outside ring, and it is weird because yeah, the corners have a little bit of a bigger lake, but then these parts break the lakes. I mean, this one is connected. So it's not a map that you can go full water. It will be good for the Malay that we saw before. Tommy. Okay, I was about to say you didn't click up. Quite a lot on wood now. Yeah, there's the berries here. 13 on wood, that's... I wonder... I mean... Yes, they are supporting fish eco. And hello, Daniel C. 1100. Welcome. Do you know this game? Have you heard about Age of Empires? I'm being ironical, I know you know. Yeah, but this map, most of the wood... Yeah, the resources are... Like, each resource follows a theme. Food after you finish your base food, I mean, you have farming. But it is the fish, stone, outer ring, gold, 3 tiles, wood center. And I think about Malians. And for the late game, this map doesn't have a lot of gold in general. So if this reaches the late game, Malian Trash, Farimba, Light Scout will be so powerful. Yeah, this is hybrid terrain, so we can see some scouts trading fishing ships. Double P-Dex, Loom. Plotter Ghost often goes for some late Loom. That's a peculiar stylistic choice. Stabilizing a little bit here. So we will have scout opening versus... Ooh, is this... Here, Archer or Skirm? Because if it's Skirm opening, which is a classic, you won't have a good time. And I think Tommy got harassed by the scout and he got the same idea. No, just pacify. Walling to the DC, that's another option. This is a good option, but the thing about this option is that you can add more. It's easier to set up, but now you can add more villagers there. This is way harder to set up. This is all still raidable, still very open, but you'll have a better route. This map is definitely worth of being in this cup. I didn't even know it existed. Yeah! But yeah, the wall here will mitigate a lot of possible damage from those scouts. Ooh. Even though it was downhill, 2 versus 1 is not a good ratio for a scouting. The barraque. The dock. Nice walling from Tommy. Right, really nice, creating some good pockets of safety. Yeah, bringing the spears. This is what I needed to do more in my games if I wanted to become better. These good place layouts. Here, Scout will probably go down for Tommy. And yes, all of the stone is in the outer rings. This map has 14,000 stone, which is quite a lot. I mean, I can press here. 15k stone, which is a lot of stone. but it is all on the outer ring. Wood all in the center ring. There's like an Italian pine here. So specific. And some olive trees here in the center. Italian pine. A cypress. Horse color is in the way. Yeah, usually if you want to play scout, you add a horse color earlier. Farming eco, yeah, this is not a map where you can, and especially not with these sieves, you can pull away a massive fish boom, especially because this is hybrid terrain. You go for the fish boom, it's so easy to get raided. Remember to hydrate everyone. And we do see the house is under pressure here. Another house is built. I don't think a lot of damage will happen here. And Tommy is about to click up to Castle Age. What do Dravidians? Dravidians don't have knights, right? Or they do? No, they do not have knights. Oh, Dravidians can go? Elephant Archer. Is that the play? Is this an Elephant Archer play? That's risky, and that can be very powerful. I've seen Elephant Archers be very powerful, and I've seen my posture as well. I've seen Elephant Archers fumble quite badly. But yeah, this will be a... I think this is the first time where we see Tommy being the first one to age up. It's good for style score. True. Have you seen any of the new sieves? Oh, I didn't know. I just discovered the new sieves are banned from the tourney. They are playing on a new patch, so there is the new water stuff. But since the new sieves were released mid the tourney, and sometimes they are quite broken, our host Beargwyn decided to not have the new sieves in. We see Castle Age now on the way, but it's going to be a 2-minute delay. And I'm expecting Tommy to start pumping out. Okay. And these are Dravidian skirms. Yeah, they fast. They fire fast. They have a 33%? 25% bonus attack speed. Jeepers, Dravidians? I often forget about Dravidians. They are such a freaking strong civ. Yes, the new water balance is in. Thankfully, they are not in. Yeah, I've heard some things are a little bit broken, but the new water balance is in the tourney. This is the latest patch. And if someone played Incas, they would, like, Incas aren't banned, and they would be the new Incas. Nice micro from Tommy. 15 to 6 KD. Mem thinks Dravidians are bad. Ooh. Yeah, I agree. Dravidians are so strong. I was pulling off for a while before I started playing some strong Dravidian plays. I've seen a lot of players complaining about the Champi, although I don't know if versus are viable at low elo. Yeah, I've seen the same. No, Mem is not bad. Mem is great. I know you were just replying to that comment, but they are viable at low elo, but I'm scared of playing ranked now. Yeah, new patches. That's the thing. I don't need fear because I just got. And here you can see one of the changes. He can garrison the fishing ships into the dock and they will fire arrows. That is one of the changes that has affected these games. Yet we see another TC on gold, so this is all the golds. I mean, this is not that secured, but yeah, the claustrophobic TC, that's a good TC. A claustrophobic TC is a good TC. May cause some anxiety in some of you. Yeah, docks are now TCs, are now water TCs. They can be garrisoned. Yeah, TCing the gold. I feel like Tommy did have a better Feudal Age, but he's a bit behind in terms of res collected. I think this game is still very even. There's a new bolt as well that is weird. Throws like harpoons and deals a lot of damage to fishing ships. I played ARPA, like I played ARPAs with the new water settings, and he just destroyed me. I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah, one night at this point of the game can be so annoying. I mean, pikeman on the way to deal with the knights. Thing is, I don't see a lot of action. Ooh, he's hitting the stone. Oh yeah, this map is the tournament logo. True! And the gen is kind of almost exactly the same. Yes, welcome to the Volcanic Island Cup. Hosted by Beargwyn. I didn't notice that Granatos. It's uncanny, it's the exact same map. Spawn. Garrison the fishing ships, you can take down the scouts. But yeah, as I was saying, not a lot is happening. And I think not a lot happening favors Slaughter Ghost right now. Because Dravidians are so strong, have a lot of bonus power spikes. With the siege, with the militia upgrades, with the strong skirms, with the elephants. And we are not seeing Tommy go for any of the Dravidian strengths right now. He's booming, and he's booming less greedily than Slaughter Ghost. And Malian late game. Malian late game is such a threat. People often think about, oh, the battles are coming. They think about all the Malian threats except Farimba sometimes. And then Imp arrives, Farimba is here, and you're like, oh, why didn't I pressure earlier? Oh yeah, Farimba is a thing. The Dravidian strength that synergizes the best with Tommy's playstyle is plus 201 on HF. True. Look at those 800 words. Some of them were from that HF. Ooh, nice shots there. Look at the KD. 25-7. I feel like Tommy is doing a lot of things right. I think he's just not focusing on winning the game right now, and that can backfire. Resources are just a high score, exactly. Over 1000. And also walling. I'm not sure about walling this map. I understand the need for safety from walls, but going full wall like that. I like this DC here. Castles are important, especially in a map like this where you're both going to be fighting over the wood here in the center. I hate that wall. Yeah, that's the thing, and this is Palisade, and it should be Palisade. Don't invest into anything more. The thing is, this won't stop light cav raids because light cavs will sneeze and the wall will fall. If this was a TC on the outside getting stone wall and these were stone walls, I wouldn't mind. But the sneeze from Farimba Cav will melt the palisades. Top increase, I like right angles. That is true. It does look nice, the angular configuration. In terms of beautiness, I think Tommy's base does look better. And that's important. I mean, he has a flaming house. This is too much farming and clumped up buildings and things like that. I would rather live in this, like hillside properties and things like that. Beautiful temple here near the university and siege workshop. Yeah, this is a nice looking base. And we see the castle, and this castle secures wood, which can be very important in this game, but also researches Farimba. I'm talking so much about Farimba because I'm very confident that this game will be decided by Farimba alone. That's the danger of playing passive versus Malians. I've lost and won way too many games to Farimba. I don't think there's a lot of techs that are more impactful than Farimba. There's a few, but if I had to do a hey guys, Spirit of the Nando here. Today we're going to do a top most impactful decks in Age of Empires 2, and then music starts. I like the outposting. I really like the outposting. Oh, both are outpostings. So I like both players. I hope both of you win. And yeah, the outpost spots the castle now. Tommy is also on wood. Tommy is also on the way to him. Yeah, doing a barbecue here. Pulling some sardines. This is now Age of Empires ASMR. Enjoy the sound of villagers cutting wood. Okay. Disturbance in the forest. Elephant hype. Oh, battle elephants. Why is Tommy doing skirms? I mean, to be honest, he's not doing that many skirms. He started with skirms, and then... Oh, but he's adding more now. Because he just did an amazing good job at preserving his early skirm. In my opinion. Dravidian elephants. Yeah, I think Dravidian... If you go elephant, it's elephant archers. Dravidian elephant archers can be quite good. Another castle. I like that a lot of players overrate forward castles. I like the two defensive castles here. I really like them in the type of map that we are playing. And aha, try to drive down castles, but there is no castle. The ultimate counter. Yeah, and Farimba is in. Malians got Farimba before any big engagement. And now, if you're Malians, you have secure wood with the castles. Farm everywhere and light cav raid your opponent back to Age of Empires 1. Another castle. Not that big of a fan of this castle. I understand the emotion behind it. It will protect farms and all, but I would rather have a castle here securing more wood. Fight over the wood. Don't fight over the barren wasteland. It does protect one gold, true, but... Someone goes down, some Gabeto are going to help there with the skirms, but... I mean, you research Farimba, and you're only adding Gabeto? Why can't you have Farimba? I've been talking about Farimba for the last 5 minutes or 15 minutes of the cast. Make light cav. I just said, oh, you research Farimba, you've changed everything. The world will never be the same again. Emotional damage. Yeah, this is emotional support castle. This castle was feeling a bit sad. Why? Light cav and not cav. I mean, it could be light cavalier, true. I was just saying light cav because of how little gold there is on this map. But for now, it puts... I mean, these are still quite chunky. Cavaliers are potatoes. Farimba is overrated. Father goes after research. Yeah, I think... Basically, I say why light cav and not cavalier, because I think the bonus that you get from light cav to cavalier is not worth the gold investment. I think spending your gold on something else is more powerful. And hello, Bellon, hello, welcome to the stream. And now we see the Elephant Archer Ball. And they require a lot of upgrades to be at peak power, but I think they will probably counter the Gabeto. You know what would be good here? Light cav. They would just run in and melt enough of them. Oh, yeah, we see Elite Gabeto. Okay, this is the first... I mean, they are tired, I understand, but this is the first game of the set, that is making me say, why? Oh, Tommy's in a terrible position. Look at his one, 112. Yeah, soon they can start. I mean, but if you castle here, it's easy for your opponent to grab you down. Yeah, you need to be careful now. One battle is what will decide this match. And just throw one more. Yeah. Just take care of the monk. Bombard cannons are nice. Like Tommy forgot that he had elephant archers until now. Now he remembers. So much bang! But I love your Tommy's in trouble. Look at this one. Tommy! You can build everything! I think Elephant Archer upgrade is just Elite Elephant Archer is very strong. And it's just food and gold, exactly. And you can get Medical Corps as well. And What's Still while you're at it. What's Still is a great tech as well. Light Cav! Farimba Light Cav is in! Now there is a mess, you need to save up some units. One of them has upgrades and no units, while the other has units with no upgrades. Exactly. Okay, we do see Elite Elephant Archer. I like Ring Archer armor as well. Oh wait, I think yeah, exactly. Okay, and I think of all the games we've seen so far, we have joked about Tommy's lack of spending and bank. I think this is the game where not spending is harming him the most of all the games we've seen so far. Now they're Elite Elephant Archer. That's a lot of stone going into repair. I mean, this map has monumental amounts of stone, if I have to be honest. But look at how much stone Tommy is floating. Lost quite a bit of units to the castle. The KD is still so massively in favor of Tommy. The rest collected are in favor of Slaughter Ghost. Yeah, those elephants fear nothing. That's so much stone going into repairs. How is this castle still standing? Add one more thread. And add more techs. And more production. Add more everything. Okay, Stone East will start to dwindle soon. Slaughter Ghost also gets quite a bit of bang. The one elephant from this stable here. It's destabilizing. That castle, yeah, the castle should be a bit more forward. You have army here now to contest into the defend. The light cap will try to raid or go straight for the traps. Oh, that monk will not be very happy. Look at the damage that these things do. Yeah, Farimba light cap are insane. These two light cap will clear the entire army. All you need is two light cap with Farimba. There's not enough elephant archers to take care of the light cap. And that's the thing. Elephant archers are an expensive unit. Light cav are dirt cheap, and Slaughter Ghost is maxed out in terms of unit on the field. Yeah, now this is very dangerous. This will take down everything in seconds and then can jump into the economy, and I think this will be I think this may be the game-winning push, if I'm honest. And this is just trash. If you survive this wave of light cav, there's 20 more behind it. And Tommy, you can drop like 5 castles. 3 castles. I mean, that's a lot of elephant archers now. Even the elite guns who counter them do struggle a bit with taking them down. But now, Tommy is taking eco damage and his castle is exposed. The castle will go down. I think Kurumi Swordsman will not be able to do a lot in this position. Oh, some champs to tank, or even a ram or a battle. I don't know if they have rams or the ram elephant version. Yeah, fighting against elite elephant archers is tough. And Blooded Ghost has run out of gold, by the way. They are both 2-2 for relics, but Blooded Ghost has no gold at all. And I did prophesize of this moment. Did I not prophesize of this moment? That if this reaches Trash Wars, yes, Tommy still has gold in the base. Yes, he has 3,000 gold total to work with. After that gold is down, you cannot replenish your army. And if you're playing Trash Wars versus the Malians, you will lose. As Ravinian, there are other great press team. Oh, shame that crumbled before firing. Let's see how things go. Yeah, nice shot. Look at the KD from Tommy. That's such a good KD. Good job by Blooded Ghost also at keeping expanding. Like, he spent 2 million stone repairing this castle. Well, the castle is full HP and he still has Watchtower? Who researched the Watchtower? Oh, there's a guard tower. Yeah. I'm off. Thank you for dropping by, Fallon. I'll be back at Go on Friday. This is not Go. These are not stones. I mean, these are stones. But thank you for dropping by. The mess now is intimidating. And we see crossbow on the way. And thumb ring. Thumb ring is great. Yeah, the tower here. That's the thing. This game can be down to 1 axis. Can be all decided by that. And this is... I would love to see 1 or 2 monks there, or the tech. Wait, where's that? Get medical corpse. Medical corpse would have so much value here. And thank you for the posture check. Yeah, monks would be great to heal, I agree, Cred. But medical corpse, they will all regenerate health. That's such... Yeah, they have a tech for... That's such a great tech that it's not good in all situations, but it is great for this situation. And I'm possible. And my neck, I shouldn't do it, but I have to. Again, they are still facing. They are strong, but they are still facing a counter unit, the constant process through. And in this engagement, like in this type of war of attritions, that the battle corpse stack would be so important. This castle will go down. Hello, Lori! How did this map get so late? True. They were both very passive. I think they are both also very exhausted. Because today I was thinking of casting a few sets. I forgot how long best of 5 are. And these two are playing some very even games and some very long games. But I think Blooded Ghost has this. Tommy is now out of gold. Tommy is officially out of gold. Yes, Jaguar summed it up quite well. So those elephant archer numbers will not get replenished over time now. And castles will start. I mean, this is the champ bombard cannon. Okay, but a single Marimba light cav. I mean, look at Tommy's walls. He walled this angle. But there was a little bit of fighting, but no feudal aggression. And now, yeah, now Tommy is collapsing everywhere. We will go to a game number 5. It is now a certainty. I see no way for Tommy to bring this back. Yeah, it's 80 pop versus 160. Too much stun on this map, I didn't realize. Yeah, the castle staying up here was something that really harmed Tommy. If he could take out this castle at that point, maybe it could have snowballed, but there's so much stone. I don't think that was the main reason Tommy lost, to be honest. But that was definitely one factor of it. I agree. GG, and we are moving on to match number 5. We go back to captains. I can no longer speak. What are words? Here I am saying, oh, I want to become a better caster. Caster arrives at casting. Game 5. Yeah, game 5. First set I'm casting of the Beargwyn Forlorn Cup. And we got a game 5. City of Lakes Decider. Ooh. And at this elo, sometimes some players love water maps while others hate them. This is Tommy's home map. I wonder how good is Blotter Ghost in a more water map. And look at the state. Ocean human. Your sun is a little bit dull. I have you at max and it's still silent. Okay, I can get. Oh, maybe is it better now? Maybe it was all mic positioning, but I can get myself higher on the audio. Is it better now, or should I boost myself even more? Let me know, Mr. Laurie. Oh, I feel like audio was a bit all over the place today, so I do apologize for that. I've been trying to improve things. The balance between sun source is all good, the total data is all... Yeah, I've been trying to improve things, and I think in improving things, I've ended up worsening everything. Let me... get that up. Get this up as well. Sorry, just adjusting things. Sound needs to be loud, and that way people can just... True. But I mean, it shouldn't be too loud, because then I start spiking the audio, and then you lose a lot of quality. So it is a balance. I don't want my voice to be all jumbled up. But yes, City of Lakes, and I'm expecting Saracens versus Vikings. Persians would also be great. Humans, I think humans have their good. I think humans could have been great on Volcanic Islands, but they also beat Malians in one. I think this will be Saracens versus Vikings, but let's see. Wow, you are much less at 100% than another. Oh, okay, it's good for me to have that info. Let me boost me up a little bit higher even. Because yeah, you're jumping from streams to stream more than I am at the moment. I'm not jumping from stream to stream. So let me know if it's better now. I think I also had some things going wrong the other day when I put on a webcam. I think it messed up a lot of my configurations. Definitely better. Okay, okay. Thank you, Lori. I do appreciate that. I always appreciate those types of feedbacks. Let me adjust. I'm going to bump up capture rate a little bit higher as well because I couldn't during the while I was in the other screen. Just a tiny bit. Let me know. Yay, Nando Laudo. Let's go, the Laudo. Good audio is... Yeah, good audio is a nightmare. Even in terms of microphones on... And I feel like you try to improve one thing, you make 20 things worse. I think that's how it goes for audio. But yes, this is the final match of Champions Bracket Round 1. The knockout between Tommy and Flutterghost. This is the decider of these two players. They are playing a valiant best of 5 set, and it all comes down to this. Whoever wins goes on to the semifinals. Whoever loses goes home in glory, in honor, but defeated. They have survived the group stage, but their journey will come to an end. And in the left side of the map, in the red color, playing as the Saracens, we have Flutterghost. In the right side of the map, in the blue, da-boo-dee-da-boo-da, we have Tommy with the Vikings. Is Nando a Roman because of the lasagna shop? Yes. My lasagna. That's how it goes for life through. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Alas. We have some wild boars. Again, this is City of Lakes. It should be City of Rivers. Wait. Wait, this spawn? This is kind of rigged versus Tommy. Beargwyn! Beargwyn! We need a reset! What is this spawn? This is Flutterghost's island? And this is... Usually they are on Ireland, right? They are usually connected by land. There's usually like a small... on one of the court. I've never seen... Okay, I haven't casted a lot of this tournament. I've played a bit. I've seen some other people casting. I've never seen... Okay, sometimes they are not. But it is so asymmetrical. 90% of the map is connected to Flutterghost. I mean, that can be an advantage and a disadvantage. Because, yes, now Flutterghost has more area for landings. And Tommy has a smaller island. And Tommy now is fully incentivized to go super eco. But, wait. Okay, both of them have a lot of gold. Yeah, it is stacked start. I mean, yes, you're in an island. But that's a very rich island. You don't have access to this stone. To these stones, so you're missing out on a few stones here and there. And on this gold. Oh, back talk for Tommy. Does Tommy realize he's in an island? Yes. I mean, that's not enough for you to conclude that you're in an island. I would just auto-scout my scout and let him fill in those nooks and crannies. If Flutterghost tries to go for... I mean, he should scout the enemy. Yeah, you don't need to wall in your villager. I don't think anything is coming to raid your villager, Flutterghost. Just a feeling that I have. And sometimes more than a feeling. Tommy has Vikings. If he loses, it's a skill issue. Yeah, Vikings are such a good sieve. I mean, Saracens are great in water. They have they are a camel and naval sieve. Their galleys attack faster. Transport ships, they can feel you can carry an entire family and weigh some more in their transport ships. But yeah, Vikings, if Saracens are like an A tier here, Vikings are an S. The longboats are such a good a good unit for water maps, and they do have those passive eco bonuses. Like, Vikings are already strong in normal land maps. They are not S tier, but they are a solid sieve. Like, the free wheelbarrow, a lot of players don't realize how big that is, because you save on resources for the tech, you have the tech right away, it is a tech that gives you eco, and you save on production time. TC production time is a valuable resource, especially early on. And I mean, and then you reach Castle Age and you have free handguard. And that's so... Wait. Yes, I said it correctly, yes. And that's so powerful, such a powerful bonus from the Vikings. And then you just have strong water, infantry. I don't think infantry will be that important, but the cheaper warships. Oh, and this will be the... Since this is the water map, we'll be able to see the new boats. Will we see the freaking melee? I don't even know what they are called. The Rafts of Doom that throw harpoons and melt fishing ships. Where? Is he? Yeah, you're in an island. He's scouting. He's searching for the opponent. Hulk smash. Yeah, they are the Hulks. Yes, you're right. The new water unit is the Hulk. Okay, he's going to run into a fishing ship. His second dock there. And the Hulks. Ooh. That can be strong or backfire, but I like that. If you transport a villager to the other side, you can block this. You can wall this channel and have your own private lake. City of Lakes will live up to its name and become an actual lake. Now let's see, we see new water units. We see the Hulk! It is the Hulk! The Hold. If you're like me and you've been away from Age of Empires and you're now coming back, I wasn't reading a lot of patch notes. And I was playing versus Arbis and I just saw the freaking Hulk destroying all of my fishing ships. So it is cool. I'm glad we have the Hulks here. I'm glad I can show you how the new navy works. Look! A Hulk! It's so menacing. Look, another Hulk. And another one. The Hulk! The Hulk Wars! That's how Age of Empires works now. What do they throw? I was looking at those projectiles. What are those? Like hooks? Chains? Hulk smash. Hyper movement to attack it. Ropeless harpoons. Ah, okay, makes sense. They're throwing fish, it looks like it. Harpoons for simulating a brooded. I don't know that word, so I will pretend to be very intellectual. But yeah, wheelbarrow is in for free. No double beatx. A boardage. Ah, okay. So like boarding. I mean, the thing about Hulks is that the Hulks are very weak versus galleys because they have one pierce armor. But here we just T-Hulk versus Hulk and more Hulk counter less Hulk. Are they really? I mean, I destroyed our base's Hulks with my galleys. I have one match of experience. But now this is a mirror matchup of Hulks, and if it's mirror matchup, more counters less. Yeah, Tommy has so much Hulk production. How many docks are there? 1, 2, just 3 versus 3, but water, snowballing on water is so powerful. And Blooded Ghost, I did say that maybe one of these players is not familiar with water. He could garrison the fishing ships on the docks, but... And coming back on water is hard. Spreading them out. And now that Tommy has this water lead, he can boom. get a clanking. Now that Tommy has this much lead on water, getting fishing lines, he can start fish foaming behind it. And yeah, fire galleys now melt docks, especially once you reach castle age. They are really strong versus docks. Well, them all there. Yeah, they do melee damage, the fire galleys. That's insane. Yeah, castle age fire galleys melt docks in seconds. Look, these docks were kind of at the same HP. Talk about a Tommy guy. And Blotter Ghost has idle DC time. I think Blotter Ghost is not knowing how to deal with this. I think Blotter Ghost is definitely not a water map player. I think that map where Tommy escaped with those villagers from the pressure may have been the moment that decided the set. Tommy escaping with those villagers in a map that Blotter Ghost should have won. The demos are toothless now. No, because of the Hulk HP / Dev Will. Adding the Saracen market. But look at the eco difference. So much blue in the bar. Oh man, still going. No worries, Tommy. Yeah, I will only cast one set today, but I do like long sets, no worries. Best of 5s have that. Best of 3s are usually, and play all 3s are usually quite fast. Best of 5s can find ways to be very long, but no worries. It has been a very back and forth and entertaining match. And I was saying, Tommy, I think you'll win this match. I don't want to call the victor too soon. And I think the winning moment of the set was in match number 2 or 3. I think it was match number 3 when you escaped with some villagers. I'm good at those. I can promise it's shorter. Now this is the only. Yeah, the escapees were the escapes were definitely game deciding, and I feel like that could have been Blotter Ghost's map, and then this is definitely your map. Direct his army away one of the times, but it was still like yeah. Because I think he eased off on the pressure, because he was like, oh, Tommy's just trapped inside, and he will run out of resources. But both of you played really nice sets. I mean, the elos are close, your skills are close, very back and forth. And now I wonder, you had a weird start on this map, starting on an island, and your opponent starting with all of this land. I really like the you shall not dock vision. Nice patrols. Very lucky, I think. Yeah, for your playstyle, it was lucky. This could have been lucky or unlucky, but I think it was very lucky. I agree. I'm glad for Byzantines. Yeah, with the fast firing fires now. The freaking Hulk, man. And now, one thing that I find cool, we don't see on these maps, but I'm looking for in the future, is the whales. Because the whale, you can have like decent gold sources on water. And that changes things quite a bit. Ooh, a castle. It is a play to reconquer water. The thing I think about is that what's the follow-up? And I think this is the only play Blotter Ghost can indeed do. Wheels and trading for wood will be interesting. Yeah. I like how, yeah, take the patrol routes away from the castle area. Booming thing, yeah, is, yeah, with the Vikings already have a solid medium warships. Okay, also, I like how the new techs look. Kill nets. Like, I think my prediction is that you'll click Imp soon. And your Plotter Ghost will see Imp and resign. And by the way, Tommy, oh, if Gimot is still here, this is the secret for Tommy to not float wood. He's the water map player. You are floating wood on all maps. This is the first map where you are spending your wood. You are definitely... On all other maps, you're like, hey, I have all of this wood, but I can't build longboats and ships. What's the wood for? This fixes your economy. But yeah, I predict him into GG, but we'll see. I can't win without 1k youth in feudal. Yeah, I was coached by Hera once, and I still have his voice saying, spend wood, build farms, build more farms. Thought we should go archers more often. True. Spend that wood. But the Imperial Age, and then you can start having cannon galleons. Because Imperial Age is when you can convert water advantage into land advantage as well. This Warhawk will spot the 3 docks there. And if you go there with your... I mean, you don't have a lot of fire ships. Castle Age fire ships melt those docks in seconds. I wish we had some just so I could show how ridiculous they are. Oh, Hulks upgrading to Warhawks? Okay, fire ship. Go fire ship. Okay, you are going back. Other Ghost is also going in, but... Yo, the Armada is mobilizing. Some demo hits there. I mean, the Warhawks have so much hits that they won't do much. The salvo of arrows. Yeah, Imp has been reached. You see Bobkin Arrow on the way. Down with the darkness. We will see probably... Oh, we elite longboat. I was thinking about the Box Veigar as well. But that should come later. What do they have? Warhawks? Yeah, they... Bob's Vinegar, yes! Forgot that it existed! You were saying that you are the master of the Vikings. Okay, and here we can see how fast the fire ships take down everything. Look at those docks are being targeted by all that. These are just... Look at the speed now at which these docks will crumble to the fires. It's light speed. Then trying to get... Yeah, fires now are really good at taking down docks. I don't think that's their only use, but they are amazing at taking down docks. I like the TC placement. But the thing is, I often say, what's the angle of coming back into the game? And now that chemistry is in, Vikings have cannon galleons, right? Yes, they catapult galleon. That's new. Oh no, it's cannon galleon. Okay, okay. What does it say? Catapult galleon. Is that a new unit as well? Yeah, there's the elite cannon galleon. This is a new unit. Anti-building siege warship. Ah, bugged CA. Okay, 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 okay. I like how the 1100 jump to from YouTube to Twitch. Just to hate identity. Oh, that's what the Thieves and humans get. Okay. Thank you. Procaster here. Yeah, and now the Cannon Galleons are here. Yeah, look, this is just... Okay, it melted. Okay. Now you have Dromans, Cannon Galleons, and Catapult Galleons. That's a lot of dogs, but... Ooh, don't go under the castle. Warhawks are tanky, but I don't think they like to be under castle fire. GG's call. Good luck next. GG. Well played, Tommy. And very well played from Blotter Ghost as well. Along the different sets and everything. I think this is definitely a final game that doesn't represent what the set was. It was a really fun set. A lot of different strategies. Yeah, very close. And I think luckily for Tommy, this was the deciding map. I think Tommy was very happy that City of Lakes was the deciding map. It was a really close set, very well played. Blotter Ghost had some moments of bad luck as well. And both players, of course, did mistakes, did things well. At the end of the day, Tommy does take the win. Congratulations, Tommy, and good luck in the semi-final. And yeah, let me just update here. Captain's mode, and I was thinking, yeah, before starting today's stream, I was like, do I cast one set or do I cast more than one set? I cast one set because I don't like spoilers, and maybe the next set I cast will be as long as this one, and I will be going to bed at like 3 in the morning. Let me update here. Overlay, get a win, Tommy. There's plus. Now going to the map. Set of victory for Tommy in skill. And it all came down to, in terms of map choices, you stole Alpine Lakes. That was, and Alpine Lakes was the greedy Mayan boom. Yes, modes, like every game that you won had a story to it. Alpine Lakes was the greedy Malay boom. Modes was the Great Escape, and City of Lakes, you were just favored. Blotter Ghost, of course, won Eruption with great Lithuanian timing, and one Volcanic Island with Parimba. And stone. A lot of stone to repair the castles. GG. Well played, everyone. Thank you for the set. I had a great time being back at casting some Age of Empires. And let's see if I have anyone to raid. That was it for today. And thank you for the follow, Gimote. I like how Gimote was silently judging. I'm going to watch this entire stream, and only at the end will I decide if he's good enough to get a follow or not. Thanks for the very stream. You're welcome. Of course, I don't stream only Age of Empires, but I will try to do roughly one stream per week of Age of Empires. Probably next week I will be back for more Forlorn Cup. That's what I'm planning. It could be different, but we'll see when we get there. And let me see on Twitch if I have anyone I can raid. I would like to keep people on the Age of Empires side of things. I mean, there's this streamer. He like inspires him online. He inspires my heart because he's quite an old soul, and he keeps enjoying the game, and he has some peculiar strategies. I don't know if you've heard this name. He's known as Dote. Doughty. Yes, I'm going to rate Doubt. On Twitch, I'll send you over to Doubt's stream. He's the only person that I follow that I see that's streaming. Dot. Yes, I'll rate Dot. Doubt's great. And no raid on YouTube today. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I had a great time. He's the famous team game only player. Yeah. I'll send you over to Doubt. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice week, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.